guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Anastasia here with this week's Teen Mom Recap. So this episode is called Truth Hurts. I'm not sure if they named it after the Lizzo song, but none of these girls are bad bitches. Chelsea and Cole's offer got accepted on their land that they were trying to buy, or as they're now calling it, their property, to differentiate it from Janelle's land, I guess. Chelsea talks to her friend about it, and her friend says, "Wow, that's exciting, you lying ass." They're gonna go to a pride parade. Chelsea struggles to get the right acronym, LGBT. She kind of struggles there, she really does. And Aubrey doesn't know what pride is when Chelsea asks her, so this kind of reeks of MTV intervention. I kind of see the producer saying, "Hey guys, I know what you honkies can do to get the audience to like you more." Brianna feels better about things with John. Not that she actually solved anything with him, she just feels that we don't need to get to the bottom of it. Yes, Brianna, just ignore all your problems and they'll just fly away. She thinks he didn't seem like he was over-fixated on appearing not guilty, he wasn't yelling, he didn't freak out or anything, which is something that I noticed too, and it also kind of seems like the DMs would be fake to me. Then she says, "Let's go on this trip to fix things. Hey Jade, hey Brianna, new houses and new vacations will do nothing more than provide you a prettier environment for you guys to fight in. Money doesn't fix everything unless you pay it to a therapist." Leah and her sister Victoria chill by the pool. They're in Florida for vacation. Victoria missed her period recently, and she isn't on birth control because I'm pregnant. Wait, wrong show, but she actually is pregnant though. Not with her husband, but with the guy she randomly hooked up with on their last vacation last month in Costa Rica. Victoria seems to think this is just hilarious. She laughs and she's like, "Haha, we having a Costa Rican baby." Something tells me that before last month she didn't know the difference between Costa Rica and Puerto Rico. And when even Leah thinks you're trashy, you know something ain't right. Leah points out what a hot-ass mess this is, and Tori says, "Come on, Leah, you ain't never got drunk and had sex?" And she has a point, because clearly Leah has, but that was when she was a teenager. Victoria is a whole 23, 24 years old, and apparently her divorce wasn't even final. Yeah, this is just pretty ratchet all around. Later, Victoria goes to get an ultrasound to make sure all is bueno, and it is. They hope it's a boy. Kale and V meet up. The episode where Kale revealed that Javi tried to hook up with her at the reunion finally aired, but Kale didn't get the crying phone call from Lauren that she apparently wanted. She says she doesn't wish bad on them, which I'm so sure she doesn't. If you thought the Victoria storyline was a garbage pile, then boy, this next one is gonna be fun. Sadly, it wasn't filmed, so we just get Jade talking about it after the fact. Apparently, Jade and Shawn were fighting again, no surprise there, but this one was extra juicy. Like garbage juicy, like the nasty liquid that leaks out of a trash bag when you pick it up and it has a hole in it. So the trash was out, literally, which confused Jade because Shawn ain't much for household chores. So Jade decided to go raccoon mode and dig through the trash outside her house that Shawn put out. Looking like a psycho to her neighbors, I'm sure. But she found what she was looking for, a drug baggie with either heroin or meth residue in it, and 2 used condoms. Wow, that's gross. And it also means that Shawn took more precautions than Victoria, which is really quite sad, but that's nothing yet. She picked up the used condoms, I'm assuming barehanded unless she found some gloves in the trash, and she went to confront Shawn with them. Imagine seeing Jade just like swinging 2 used condoms in her hand that she dug out the trash, like, "What's this, huh?" This is some nastiness, it really is. Shawn called her crazy, which is kinda inarguable despite what he did, and he said he jacked off in the condoms. Guess he didn't have any socks laying around. She then proceeded to throw the entire trash bag in his room, where it presumably exploded, and Shawn probably went scraping residue off the old meth bags. Jade found a new place and is moving tomorrow and doesn't want Shawn around her. Yeah, wow. I hope she washed her hands. I really don't know what to say. That was just disgusting. Gives a new meaning to the phrase dumpster fire. The DeBoer fam is getting ready for Pride. Cole says he's extremely uncomfortable, and I get the sense it isn't just his overly tight rainbow flag outfit. Or maybe he just prefers to go to this without Chelsea. They get there and they dance around, while Chelsea says this is so positive, guys, and Watson looks unamused. Brianna and John are in the Dominican Republic chilling and having fun. Last week, screaming over possibly getting a girl pregnant. This week, talking about marriage. Goals. Over in Orlando, Roxanne is teaching Stella how to cut an apple, preparing her for the day that she'll need to cut a bitch. They call Brianna, and Brianna talks about how good it smells in the DR. I guess being out in the open like that, instead of in her cramped apartment, she's finally smelling something besides herself. Kale's producer asks Kale what she thinks about Javi's engagement announcement to Lauren. She's a massive bitch about it for no reason that I can think of other than bitterness and self-satisfaction. She says, "I already knew it was happening." She's not going to congratulate them, and then she says, "Good luck, he's been cheating on you since before you were pregnant." throws the peace sign, and closes her car door. Then she rolls down the window, and I hope she's gonna spill more about how she knows that and who it was with, but she just says adios with her smug little grin. Her producer just stays silent, and I'm like, hello, are you not going to try to get more info out of that? Guess not. Dumpster fire part 2. Shawn is not letting Jade come get her stuff out of the house, and he also stole her gun. These two really seem like a shining example of why some people want gun control laws. Jade's mom, Christy, has been MIA, but suddenly makes a reappearance when she smells drama. Christy wants to bust down the door, but Jade decides to call 911 and ask for help. They tell her to meet them near the house, and they'll have an officer to keep the peace. The police do show up, but they're generally useless. They can stand around and be intimidating, but they can't make Shawn give back the gun because of some sort of legal loophole. The cops knock on the door, and then they tell Jade's whole family to wait at the sidewalk. But Christy did a lot of meth in preparation for this drama, and she cannot be bothered to wait, so her fat ass starts charging up to the door like, I'm gonna knock it down. And then, on the way up as she's running, she trips and eats dirt. Yo, I was dying. I literally replayed it like 6 times. It was really hilarious. What was almost funnier is Jade sees this whole thing. She's like, what are you doing, Mom? It was really funny. The white trash crew gets in, and Jade complains that Shawn hid all her stuff. The stress of the situation gets to her, and she has an actual panic attack and passes out. Meanwhile, Chelsea is having panic attacks because her kid cried in the car. I can't imagine how she'd handle this. They manage to get some things out of the house, but the cops are being assholes and just so rude in the face of a stressful situation. They're telling Jade and family to hurry up and leave and call a different kind of cop to handle this. They don't let her get her food because that's not an emergency item, which if food isn't, then what is? And they basically make her leave her own house. Christy screams that Shawn's a pussy and oh yeah, she hates cops, which I'm sure really made them want to stay longer. Jade's screaming too, and for some reason they let her drive away after she just passed out on the floor. I think we have our new Janelle, ladies and gentlemen. And that's all for this episode of Teen Mom 2. What do you think of Jade's situation? Did the cops handle it pretty badly? Could she have handled it better and done anything better in the situation? What'll happen with Victoria's baby dad? And is the image of Jade walking around swinging dirty condoms in your face haunting your sleep now like it is mine? Make sure to leave a comment down below and make sure to subscribe for Teen Mom recaps every week.